Hi, I'm Richard Michalak. I've been a filmmaker for 40 years, a director of photography for 30 years, and in that time I've shot news documentaries, music videos, television commercials, and about 17 feature films. I've distilled all of that experience and knowledge down to some simple techniques and concepts that I'd like to share with you. You don't need to be a good drawer to make a storyboard. You don't even need to draw at all. You can make one using still photos. You can get your friends, who are not necessarily the actors, and you can put them in situations that are similar to the set or the situation. The lens is just like your eye. You have an iris in your eye, and that opens in a dark room or closes down in bright light. Now, if we're shooting a scene in a room and we set the aperture to an f-stop of 5, if you want to adjust the focus during a shot, this is called pulling focus. You can make beginning and end tape marks to help you pull focus. In this case, we've got one mark for the glass of water and another mark for the actor. There are different methods to do a white balance on a traditional video camera or a DSLR. The shutter speed is the speed at which the camera takes each individual photo. If the shutter speed is slow, anything moving will be blurred. If the shutter speed is fast, anything moving will be sharp. A certain amount of blur in images is actually a good thing. Your brain actually sees things with a certain amount of blur. If you move your hands in front of your face, you see a certain amount of blurring. So when we shoot film, some blur is good. And there is a way to calculate the correct shutter speed to make sure that you have the right amount of blur so action looks normal. At a low f-stop, the numbers and the computer screen are blurred. But at a high f-stop, they are more in focus. The last filter is the polarizer. A polarizer is just like a set of Polaroid sunglasses. It'll cut the glare generally. It will enhance white clouds against a blue sky by making the blue sky look darker, and it will also help you see colour in water where there's a lot of reflection on it as it cuts the reflection. You can see with the polarizer on, the glare on the water is cut and the watercolour comes through more clearly. You don't use lights in a film just so you can see. You use lighting to give the film a character or a mood. Here you can see how the backlight gives you a hot edge, like a pencil line of light, across the back of the subject to separate them from the background. This is particularly useful where you have two dark colours, a dark person in the foreground and a dark background. Soft lighting doesn't mean weak lighting, it means light that is coming from a large area. What we've effectively done is turn the tracing paper into one large light. Therefore, light is coming from all angles. That means that there are no shadows and the light falling on the subject is very soft. If you're filming outside and want to control the lighting, you can't control the movement of the sun across the sky, but you can usually control where the person is in relation to the sun. Thanks for being a part of this. It's a good idea to go over each section and experiment with the concepts and techniques one at a time. Anyway, thanks again and see you soon.